Okay, got the carport opened up. Fingers crossed, we'll get a cold start. And I mean cold. It hadn't been started in, oh geez, several weeks. That's the right key. Started right up. I love that old sound. The cam just chugging along. Well, let me pull it out of here. Make sure the tires are all up in their air, have air in them, and pull it on out. Let's see, oil pressure setting at about 55. It's a great oil pressure. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah. I really do need to start driving this. Everything's been fixed on it. There's nothing that doesn't work. Cooling problem has been fixed. All the gauges work, all the lights work now. All the dash lights work now too, which is nice. All the gauges work, like I said. Everything I took it in for has been repaired, either by me or by George. Hang on just a second. Okay, there's the new radiator I had put in. I opted for an aluminum radiator this time. I now have a windshield washer bag, which I didn't have. I now have a radiator overflow container, which never had. There's brand new water pump. Brand new thermostat in there. I had the system completely flushed out. All the filters replaced. That air filter, $65 for that thing. And I have an electric fan, which helps tremendously because now when it sets at a light or at an idle, it used to overheat because the fan wasn't turning fast enough to keep the engine cool. So I had them install this electric fan, and that helps tremendously because it kicks on and off whenever it needs it. And of course my air conditioner works. Got brand new belts on it. A Holley 4-barrel carburetor. But it runs great now. It'll burn. It's got positive traction rear end. It'll set still and just smoke the back tires. This isn't the original engine that's supposed to come with the car. I don't know if it was a 6-cylinder at one time or maybe a 289. But anyway, this has the 302 in it. There's probably about 700 to 800 miles on this engine since a complete rebuild. That's my guess. I have no way of knowing. But when I bought the car, it had supposedly 500 miles on it. And here's the brand new roof that had to be replaced because a tree over there fell on it. And that tree's no longer there. I had them cut it down. But the body's all straight now. Completely rust-free car. Interior's like brand spanking new. And this car used to be, it was probably a 3-speed on the floor at one time. But now it's been completely converted over to an automatic. And I never guessed, never paid attention that the brake pedal used to be a small pedal. And then the guy that was fixing the transmission, he noticed that and he put in a regular pedal. He said, yeah, this car used to be a stick shift at one time. Which I kind of wish it was again. But it's nice the way it is. But air conditioning is really nice. It's like a factory air setup. And of course, I have the Bluetooth old school looking radio in there in the dash. That's a completely brand new dash and what do you call it? Speedometer. Have all that changed. This is all new. But anyway, it's kind of pricey. And I had them change out this to the more original type steering wheel. And the horn does work now, which never worked before. Look at this old school cigarette lighter. That does work. But anyway, all the lights work. Everything works now, which I paid like $32,000 for this car, and after I got it, I was severely disappointed. Although it looked great, and it had, I mean, it looked wonderful, but it didn't run wonderful. The transmission didn't shift right. 3/4 of the gauges didn't work right. The speedometer, I mean, it might as well not even been hooked up because you'd be going 60 miles an hour and it'd read 35, something like that. Which it still reads a little slow. But, yeah. It's got the disc brakes on the front. Let's see what else. Yeah, the horn, stuff like all that. None of this stuff worked. So, and then when the tree limb fell on the roof, that was $13,000 to put a new roof on it. And so he went ahead and put in all new glass in the front. The front windshield had the windshield wiper marks on it from where it had cut into the glass because some moron left the worn blades on there and it just eventually etched into the glass. Why you would do that, I don't know. But anyway, that's all brand new windshield now. So all new rubber on the gaskets and everything. And so everything works great now. I mean, it's an everyday driver if that's what you want to do with it. But you get this thing up around 80 miles an hour, and it's a little squirrely because it doesn't have the modern day steering, which I'm thinking about putting rack and pinion steering on this car. Why not, right? How much? So anyway, like I said, I paid $32,000 for the car, almost $33,000. Then I had to go to Texas to get it, and then I trailered it back. And I think the roof altogether came to $13,000 for a brand new roof and windshield. It's not cheap. These old cars, the parts are kind of expensive sometimes. But anyway, and then I put about another $9,000 on top of that into fixing every single thing that was wrong with this car. The cooling system was the big one, because this car would, well, it's hot here anyway, but then this car would overheat within about 10 miles. You had to pull it over because it'd just be boiling over, and you don't want to blow the heads or anything. So it needed a lot of work there. But the car also has power steering. So this car has a lot of the modern conveniences. But I put all brand new shocks on it. I did that in my other house, the garage we had there. But now everything is in tip-top shape. Like I said, I want to address that steering problem and then see what this thing will really do. But anyway, about 80 miles an hour, it starts floating a little bit, like the older cars used to do. And it's kind of a creepy feeling, you know, when you're driving these new cars. They don't do that. Then of course these are mag wheels. Although they look like the original wheels, these are actually mags. So they're cool. And the front tires are a little bit large. They don't rub or anything, but they're real close. But eventually I would probably like to jack it up in the rear a little bit, like the old days, like we used to do. And then put the really wide tires on the back for that true nostalgia street rod look. But it runs and drives like it looks. And with that air conditioning, especially being down here, it is very nice. And that air conditioner blows nice and cold. So that's a huge plus. So I'll send this video to my step-grandson, Tyler, who is a whiz kid at editing, because I can't edit for nothing. And you can leave that info in there, Tyler. But he's a great kid. But hoping he'll still come this summer and visit me. He's had a busy summer already. But anyhow, there she is. And like I said, we're officially changing the name of the car from Patriot to Nostalgia. So there he is. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.